Hello, hello. Hey, it is Tamara, and it is Monday at 3. I had to push it to 3 today. I was busy taking somebody to the airport. So, today, this is our Big Oily Family, right? And every Monday I like to come on here and talk about ways that you can use your oils and products and any specials and things like that. And today, I wanted to talk about some hacks of things that maybe you didn't know how you could use, hey Liam, know how you could use some of your oils and products for. So first off, we're going to go from like A to Z, basically. I don't really have any graphics today, so we're just going to talk about it. If you have a hack, something that you have used, an oil or the toothpaste or your deodorant or whatever, right? Anything that you have from doTERRA, if you have a hack and you've used it in a way that isn't necessarily like how it's meant to be used, but you had great success from it, I would love if you would share that in the comments, because then everyone else can try that if they need to use it. So adaptive is our everything, anxious feelings, stressful feelings, that kind of thing, to cut that down. And so you can use that for fussy little ones, right? You can also use that if you have a puppy that is like super hyper. That works very effective on them. We're talking about pets this month in our group, and so that kind of fits right along there. To use that with a dog, you're going to put like a drop on your hand, a little bit of the carrier oil, and then you can either do like the ear tipping, which is just the tips of their ears. You can take your hand from the tail and then run it up the back, up to their neck. You want to go from the tail to the, not this way, because then it just sits on top of the coat. But if you go up this way, you can kind of move the hair, right, and get it on their skin. You can also, massage the, in between the pads of their feet. It's a good one also. Or you could just diffuse it. That would work too, right? And it's also really good for helping you sleep, because if you have a racing mind kind of thing, anxious thoughts, that can be helpful for that. If you use the anti-aging eye cream, that is the thing that is in the long, narrow, it's not a tube, but it's an applicator, right? And it has the metal ball on the top. Keep that in your fridge, number one, because then it keeps it nice and cold. So when you wake up in the morning and you've got like super big bags under your eyes, roll it around and it's nice and cooling. It gets the lymph fluid flowing, so that basically you want to take it in like a figure of 8 around this way. Works really, really well. But it's also really good for chapped lips, for smile lines, and for, I don't know why there's a thumbs up now, because I did a thumbs up. My phone has been doing some weird stuff. I'll get on and Zoom with my family, and then all of a sudden, all these balloons will appear. I don't know why. So anyway, smile lines, and then also the little fine wrinkles that we get around our lips as we get older can be used for that. So you could do it around your eyes and then just run it around your lips, right? Any oil that you like the fragrance of, right? You can put a drop inside a toilet paper roll to freshen the bathroom, right? So every time you tear off a sheet, it's going to kind of roll around, come out in the air. You can add the baking soda, sprinkle on your carpet, and then let it sit for about 15 minutes and then vacuum it up. That will be refreshing to your carpet. Purify would work really well for that. The Abode oil would work really well for that. On Guard would work really well for that. Add a few drops to your vacuum filter or your AC filter. I haven't tried it in this vacuum. I don't know where the filter is in the vacuum I have right now. But I used to, when we were in a house, I would put a drop or 2. I think I put about 2 or 3 drops on the filter in the vacuum. It smells so good. It smells really good. You can add to tennis balls. I did not know that. You can add to tennis balls and then use them as dryer balls if you don't have the wool balls. The wool balls are really nice. You want to put 3 drops on the ball. And what's nice is if you can put the drops of oil on the wool ball and then let it sit while the clothes are in the washing machine, because then it absorbs into the ball, right? And then toss it in the dryer with everything. What do I like? I have a blend for that. I will try to find it. and put it in here. It's the one that Kim Brown uses. I made a big, I don't know, probably 4 ounces with a dropper thing, and I just use that. It smells really good. But you could use any oil for that. Serenity is a nice one. Aroma Touch. Aroma Touch are kind of like helpful to relieve tension, great for massages, great to massage your feet if you have achy feet. But it's also really good for sinus support. And for that, you can put it over your sinuses, right? Behind your ears, and then kind of massage down, because that's where your lymph system is draining, kind of thing. And then it helps to drain ear fluid. So if you have an earache, or your little one has some ear pain, right, from the pressure building kind of thing, you might try that. If the lavender and the tea tree isn't quite cutting it. Basil essential oil works for that also, which is really nice. The baby diaper cream, if you have that. That can be used if you forget to put on your deodorant because you were so busy getting everybody else ready and out the door, right? You can use your baby diaper cream as deodorant. You can use it for to soothe your hemorrhoids, right? And then it's also good as a sunscreen. Now we do have the whole sunscreen line from doTERRA now, but you can use that in a pinch, right? Because it's got the zinc oxide in it. Balance, that's our grounding blend, right? That's a great one that a lot of people have success using as a deodorant also. So if you have a balance roller, or you make your own balance roller, or even if you have the bottle of oil, right, and you just put your finger on the top and the bottom, tip it over so you get a little bit on your finger, massage it in your armpit. You can apply to your arm before a blood draw or IV, helps to pop out your veins. Black pepper is also really good for that. If you have black pepper. Pink pepper, I don't know, but if you have pink pepper and not black pepper, you could try that also, and let us know if it works. And then it's also good as a men's aftershave. That is why it is it's in the beard oil that you can get now for the Christmas stuff, right? The Beautiful Mist, which is that spray, which is in the really nice spray thing that, like, any way you hold it, it works. You can spray it any direction. That can be used for shaving. That can be used as a hair detangler. Again, that one can be used for deodorant. A lot of people have had success with that. And then it can also be used for a personal lubricant, should you need that. So we're going to leave that one right there. Bergamot, that can also be used for a warming personal lubricant. Now remember that bergamot is a citrus oil, so just know that. Black pepper, pink pepper, great for any kind of headaches, for head tension, right? Black pepper on the roof of your mouth and pink pepper underneath your tongue can work for that. My go-to for headaches is frankincense, and I'll put a drop on my thumb and push it to the roof of my mouth. And if I'm really in a lot of, if I got pain here, right, we'll massage it on my temples. But black pepper and pink pepper can work for that. Blue tansy is a great one. You know how they have purple shampoo, right, to help keep your blonde hair blonde or your white hair black, right, to like cut out the brassy tones kind of thing. If you add blue tansy to your shampoo, that will be helpful for keeping your blondes blonde. The body butter is great for itchy pregnancy belly and stretch marks. The bone nutrient complex, that is helpful for, Liam used that. I gave that to Liam when he broke his, whatever that bone is. The worst break that you could have in your hand, it's down at the base of your thumb there. Anyway, I gave that to him to help support his bone health and to repair faster. And then it also supports male sexual health. So even though the bone nutrient complex comes in like with the phytoestrogen and the Claricom for women, men can use that also because, hello, you have hormones too, and they will help your body to regulate and balance out your hormones, okay? So not just for women, you can use it for guys too. Breathe, then, which is our respiratory blend, right? You can diffuse or rub that on your big toe for snoring. I have tried that before for my husband. It does work. You can apply it to your shoulder if you wake up with shoulder discomfort from laying wrong, right, on your side, anything like that. And then that can also be kind of soothing for a sunburn. Maybe you don't have your peppermint on you, but you have your Breathe. And you can do that because it's going to have that, any type of breeze that comes across, it's going to have that cooling effect, right? Cedar wood or white fir, guys or girls, guys, a lot more, I think a lot more guys hunt than females do, but I could be wrong. Sorry. If you are out hunting and you don't have your spray or whatever, so that you don't have a fragrance to yourself, right? Cedar wood and white fir are good at hiding human scent from deer. So that might be something that you want to make up in a roller or a little spray bottle, and you could take that with you when you go hunting, and then the deer would not know that you were there. So celery seed is supportive if you have ulcers, and that would be using it internally. You could also use it topically, massaged over the area. Cheer is helpful for supporting your cycle if you're a woman, and it's also helpful for your inflammatory response to reduce that, okay? Cilantro is really good as a detox. It can also be really good to aid in weight loss. Cinnamon bark, just like if you have a lip gloss tube, or you got the new lip gloss from doTERRA that's in their Christmas thing, right? If you have that and you want to create kind of like a lip plumper, you can add a drop of cinnamon bark. Peppermint works well also, but cinnamon bark, because it brings the blood up, right? And so it kind of plumps your lips up. Citrus bliss is good at removing nail polish. If you don't have any nail polish, and nail polish isn't real good for you anyway, but citrus bliss works for removing nail polish. I know that lemongrass does also. And then you can add it to a steam iron. That probably smells really good. All right, we're going to do, I got quite a few pages of this, and I feel like I'm going to be talking forever. So we're just going to do 2 pages of this, I think. And then maybe next week we will continue on. Claricom. Claricom is the women's blend, right? But again, guys, you can use it, and you can use it because it's going to help your hormones to be in balance, okay? But that can also be used as a deodorant, and because it comes in the roller. Now remember, the Claricom comes in the roller, but it's 100% essential oils. And so my recommendation is to get, I don't know, 2 or 3 other rollers and split that one in between, fill them up with, fill it to the top with fractionated coconut oil, and then you have 3 or 4 rollers, right, of the same thing, but you've got it diluted. And so, because deodorant, right, or anytime you use anything like that, you typically use it in the same spot, and you don't want to create a sensitive, a skin sensitivity to it topically. So, Claricom, great for using as a deodorant. You can also use it for PMS, breast soreness, and then you can apply it to your feet, AM and PM, for your hormonal cycle. Clove. Clove is really good for your oral health, so it's really helpful for any tooth discomfort. I would tap your finger on the top of the bottle and then just massage it on your gum. It might be a little spicy, so to speak, but then it's going to numb the area. That is what clove is in On Guard. So when you take one of those On Guard drops and it kind of numbs your throat, right? That's the reason why. It's also good for corns on your feet. If you have those hard corns from like shoes that are too tight, that's what they're from, basically. Excuse me. You can take some clove oil and put it on there and either put a Band-Aid over it, or you can put one of those little, you know, corn things that has, it's the circle thing that has the cutout, so you don't have any pressure on it. And that can help with those. It is also helpful for fast skin rejuvenation and for splinter removal. On Guard would do the same thing because it has the clove in it. But if you have a splinter that's in your skin and you can't quite get it, and rather than continuing to dig around, right, if you put a drop on where the splinter is, it'll actually help the splinter to move itself to the outside so that you can grab it and pull it the rest of the way out. Clove and tea tree, those are great ant deterrents. So if you have ants that are coming into your house, you could try that with some, I know diatomaceous earth works also, so you could sprinkle that around where they're coming in, right? Put a little bit of diatomaceous earth and then put a drop of your clove or your tea tree on there. Coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil or the regular stuff, that makes a really good makeup remover just by itself. It's really good at getting all the makeup off and then the dirt. It's also good for an eye cleaner for pets. You know how pets tend to have that. They get the gunky eye stuff underneath here. If you take a cotton ball, put a little bit of the coconut oil on it, and that will help to clean that off easier. Console, that is very helpful for skin repair. So if you have any sort of a scratch, scrape, cut, anything like that, that can be helpful. It is also helpful if you have some water retention, right? You apply that topically wherever you have a little bit of swelling maybe. And then it's also helpful for bowel support. So if you're having some problems there, you could just massage it topically over your stomach. Copaiba or frankincense, those are great to put a drop on the roof of your mouth at the first sign of like a really bad headache coming on. That can be helpful to keep that from migrating into, where you get the aura and you got to be in the dark room and the whole bit like that. So that can be really helpful. Coriander, another great one to try as a deodorant. Correct-X, there are so many uses for Correct-X. Correct-X is great because it's got like frankincense and helichrysum and I want to say peppermint and lavender and I don't know. It's a wonderful, wonderful, if you have not tried Correct-X, get some, number one. It is great to use on any skin issue that you want to heal faster. It is great to use for chapped lips, if you have chapped lips. It is great for under eye dark circles and puffiness, right? Put a little underneath there. You can apply it to the inner rim of your nose when you are wearing a mask for long periods or to keep bacteria away. So if you're gonna like go fly, right, or be somewhere where there's a lot of people, you can, on a little cotton ball, put a drop of this stuff and then slip it on a cotton ball and then literally just right inside your nostrils. That will help to keep the bacteria away. That can be used, Correct-X can be used as a nursing balm for bug bites, for cuticle health and torn quick of nails. That makes me hurt even just to say that. Can be used for dry, cracked skin. Another great one to try for hemorrhoids. Apply at the first sign of a cold sore. I got another one for you, On Guard or clove, hands down. Again, it might sting a little bit when you first put it on, but it will numb it and it will take it away. Can be helpful to use for pink eye, heat rash and diaper rash, and then for scratches on horses, Correct-X is a great thing to use. We've got a few more, and then I'm going to go ahead and we'll do another one. We'll do another one next week because there's a lot of them on here, and then you'll learn some new stuff. Yeah. So we are up to cypress. Cypress is really good for helping the fluids in your body to be flowing as they should. It's great for if you fly and maybe sometimes how your ankles can get a little swollen after you've been in the pressurized cabin and you go up and then you come down, right? And then your feet can be kind of swollen. That's a good one to massage on your legs for that. But it's also helpul for numbing pain if you combine it with deep blue and copaiba. And then cypress can be great to help support plantar fasciitis if you have that pain underneath the ball of your foot. That's such an awful, awful thing. Try it for that if what you are using is not working. Cypress and lemon, you can apply with fractionated coconut oil for water retention. You would just apply it where you've got the water retention going on, right? Deep blue, that's our pain blend, right? That can be helpful with severe ovulation cramping, for really bad headaches where you have the aura going in front of you and you need to be in the dark room. Can be helpful with mosquito bites. use the Deep Blue rub or the stick. And then for bruising or blue marks, the rub or the stick is great. If you bump into something, if you drop something on your foot or whatever, and you know you're going to end up with a bruise, but you don't want one, put the Deep Blue on there, because what that does is it helps to keep the blood circulating so that it doesn't pool in that one area, which is what a bruise is, right? And so it will help to negate getting a bruise then. Digest Zen, we all know that's the digestive blend, right? Works wonders for that, hands down. But that one also is helpful for your sinuses, for a stuffy nose. You can apply it to your sinuses, the tip of your nose, your belly button, sinus pressure points under your cheekbones up here, and just outside the edge of the nostril, okay? It's also great for earwax buildup. You would apply it around your ears and then down the side of your neck. Again, that's where your lymph system drains, and so that's a good one. Apply to the bridge of the nose for snoring. If the breathe didn't help on the big toe for snoring, right? Or you could do both of them, and then hopefully that would stop it. Digestin can also be good for hiccups. You could either apply it over your stomach or for hiccups. Peppermint essential oil for me has worked. If you take one of the peppermint beadlets and you put it in your mouth and pop it, and I don't know if it just takes your mind off it or if it whatever, my hiccups like went away. So you could do the same thing. Put a drop on your tongue or under your tongue, and then it helps to regulate your stomach acid, again with digestion, right? The doTERRA deodorants. We have the Balance one. We have a Citrus Bliss one. I think we have a Citrus Bloom one. Those are really helpful for applying to your inner thighs or under your breasts for chafing. So if you run or you walk a lot, or it's during the summer and you're hot, right? The whole bit, those can be super helpful for that. Elevation is one of our blends. Unfortunately, we don't carry it anymore. But if you still have some, you can use that for poison oak and poison ivy. It helps with the itch relief, so that can be beneficial. If you look up, I know if you search, I think in our group, I will look and see. I know I have like a recipe, like to make your own elevation, so to speak. And so you could make that up since we don't carry it anymore. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is great for removing tar from your skin if you get tar on your skin for some reason. And then fennel, which is good for digestive support, right? That is also really helpful for in pregnant ladies. It is helpful to increase your milk production, okay, after you've had your baby. So we're going to do the rest of the F's, and then next week we will come back with, we'll start at G. Forgive. Forgive is one of the emotional aromatherapy blends. We already talked about Console. There's Forgive. There's 5 or 6 of them. I forget. But that one can be used as an insect repellent and ant deterrent. You can apply the touch roller to your ankles. It can be helpful for neck tension, and then it's also helpful for congestion and respiratory support. Frankincense, besides all the obvious uses, right? It just, if you don't know what to use, grab your frankincense because it covers so many things. But you can put a couple of drops on the crown of your head for any headache or head tension and dull feeling after you have a really bad headache, right? After you've had the aura and the dark room kind of thing. You can put a drop on there. Put a drop on your thumb and press to the roof of your mouth for any bad head tension. And that's the one that I use because it works every single time. Frankincense and adaptive together are great for headaches also. So maybe you put the frankincense, on the roof of your mouth, and then you apply the adaptive, on your here and on the base of your skull, and see if that, or on your temples, see if that, I don't want to say see if that helps faster for you for a headache or head tension. Because remember that the essential oils what works for one person, because everybody's made up different, right? What works for one person may not work for you, and you may just need to tweak it a little bit. And that's what's really nice about having all of these hacks of different ways to use the oils, is that number one, you may not have one of the oils, but you may have, one that can do the same thing. And what most people use maybe doesn't quite work for you. And so you need to tweak it and add a little something to it. And so that's what's really nice about having all of these things. So I'm going to end there today. So we went A through F on the hacks and things that you could use some of the things for. And next week, then we'll start with G and go from there. And we'll see. Yeah, I think there might be one more after that. Because yeah. Anyway, we'll start at G next week. So next week will be more hacks of things that you can use your oils for. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. The weather was lovely here today. It's been really crappy, rainy, windy. But it was beautiful here today. So I'll be back next Monday. I'm also thinking about possibly changing the day. Hey, Donna. The day that I am doing these instead of Mondays, because my Mondays are always super duper busy. I don't know about you, but my Mondays always seems like everything. I have a whole list of things that I gotta do. So I may change them to later in the week. So maybe I'll throw a poll. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw a poll up in the group for a day of the week and then times, and then whatever gets the most, that's when I'm gonna do it, as long as it works for me, obviously. Well, I'll put up times that work for me. So yeah, I guess that's it. Again, if you have used your oil for something that maybe necessarily it isn't used for, or a product of doTERRA, and you want to share that, feel free, put that in the comments, and then we can all try it and see if it works for us. Okay? All right, you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will be back next week.